Hello and welcome to my channel, Single with No Kids, or SWNK for short. And my name is Renita. And I had a fabulous day today. The sun was shining bright. All is well. And the beauty, so what I want to say is the beauty of being single with no kids is that you can go anywhere that you want whenever you get ready. You don't have to wait on anybody. You don't have to have a conference with somebody. You don't have to agree upon anything. You can just be on your own time, Lord willing, and do your own thing. But my day today was adventurous, to say the least. And what I will say is that I think it is almost time for me to hang up my club shoes. I am a clubber. I have been a clubber, and I don't mind the club. I love a good DJ. I love dancing. I like doing things. I like people watching. I like being in an environment where people are having a good time. But what I'm noticing more and more is that with going to the clubs, um, the age gap, uh, things that are acceptable and permissible and that are being done in the club that I'm not okay with. Um, the environment is cool. The DJs, they don't play music like they used to. Like I remember going to the club and being at the club, they played the whole song. Now they just play a snippet, they remix it, they throw another song on there, and once you get good and dancing, they switch up the whole tempo, and it makes you almost not even want to dance anymore, right? But they might play a little bit of your song, and you might get into it, and by the time that you get into it, they switching it up to play something else. That's one thing about the club. But I love a good DJ. I'm a people watcher, so I go to the club to watch people and just to see what's going on, what people are wearing, what the environment is like, what the atmosphere is like, and different things of that nature. But what I also notice about being at the club is it is a meat market. Everybody in the club is wanting to get chosen. Everybody. The men want to get chose, the women want to be chose. And what I notice also about being in the club is women dancing on women. And when I go to the club, I don't want to dance with another woman. I want to dance with a man. But also most men don't dance. So me myself, women as a woman might find myself dancing by myself, which makes line dancing cool because you don't have to have a partner to line dance, but at the same time, you would like to have somebody to dance with. And shout out to the men that learn the line dances, that are cool with doing line dances, and that are all about line dances. I'm so proud of you. I appreciate you, and I want to dance with you. But in most of the clubs, besides the age gap, women dancing on women, girls on girls, and stuff like that, that's just not my thing. Um, and the scantily clad, now don't get me wrong, I could dress age appropriate, but if you have on see-through pants, if you have on um, shorts that have your cheeks hanging out. Don't get me wrong. I'm guilty of some of this. Like I remember back in the day, I was ahead of my time. I had some see-through pants and some see-through shirts and those type of things. I had those things years ago. But now that I am of age, seeing it now just makes me feel like I'm overdressed or I didn't I didn't understand the assignment or whatever. And being at the club makes you realize that there is a lot of competition out here. Um, the 40-year-olds, the 40-year-old men, They want 20 something and 30 something year old women. The 50 something year old men, they want 30 and 20 something year old women. And if you're in between those ages and that stage in your life, the young guys, or me myself, you can let me know what you think. Me myself have not found the younger guys to be appealing. So it's a meat market out here. Competition is thick. Everybody wants to get chose in a club, and I'm just like, I'm borderline over it. But what do I do when I want to enjoy myself? I want to listen to a DJ and I want to dance. I want to line dance and I want to people watch. And don't get me wrong. I go to the movies. I go to the grocery store. I go to museums. I go to um, plays. I go to concerts. I do live music. I do a variety of things because that is the beauty of being single and not having any kids, right? But just finding people that are on that level, that want to do those things, that have that same type of interest, is very rare. Now, I will say that if I did, once I do find somebody that is all about me and all into me, we can go to the club maybe once a month, once every couple of months. Like, I wouldn't mind staying in the house and just being with the person that I'm with. But I also know that when I do have someone in my life on a regular basis, I would like to go out. I would like to go to the bar. I would like to go to the club. I would like to go dancing. I would like to do those type of things, but it's different when you have someone to go with versus when you're going by yourself. Because when you're going by yourself, and I remember one time I was seeing this guy and he would always make fun of me and talk smack about me going places and doing things by myself. But let me say that it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of bravery, it takes a lot of security, it takes a lot of confidence to be out by yourself. Not saying that I want to keep being and going places by myself, but it takes a lot, because there's also plenty of times when I could just stay at home. I could just turn on my music and be in my living room or in my bedroom or whatever I'm doing, and I could be dancing. But there's also that need, like, we were not created to be by ourselves, right? So sometimes I just want to feel that human connection. And I go out, and going to the club where there's a DJ, where there's food, where there's drinks, where there's people, that's where I want to be. But once I get my person, it's not going to be a requirement, but definitely something that we can do together. Like, even by myself, it's not a requirement, but every now and then I might want to go to the club. I might want to go hang out at the bar. I might want to go shoot some pool. I might want to go and just be where the people are. And that doesn't mean that I want to be somewhere and I'm twerking. That doesn't mean that I want to be somewhere and I'm dropping it like it's hot. That doesn't mean that I want to go somewhere and be dancing on another female. Like, that is just not attractive to me, because at the end of the day, you dancing with another female opens the door and presents an invitation to you doing things that you might not want to do, that you shouldn't be doing, that maybe you didn't have time enough to think about it, and then boom, it happens. Like, that's just not what I want to do, and I'm not okay with it. That's just me. I don't want my friends smacking me on my butt. I don't want my friends encouraging me to dance with them. I don't want that to be a thing with me hanging out and not having a dance partner. Like, what's wrong with men? Again, I applaud you men for dancing and being okay with dancing and dancing with a female, and being confident enough in your skills to cut a rug. Like, that is attractive. But nowadays, when I go out and I'm people watching and I'm just, surveying the area or whatever, I see a lot of other people that are people watching. They're wallflowers. Nobody wants to dance. Nobody is dancing. And if somebody is dancing, they're twerking on their seat and at their chair and on somebody's lap. Like, I'm borderline over going to the club. And there is other things that I do. There are plenty of other things that I do. There are plenty of other things that I can do. But like I said, every now and then I like to be in an environment where there's a DJ, where there's music, the energy is high, there's drinks. But maybe I need to hang on my dancing shoes. Maybe I just need to go be a line dancer somewhere. Maybe I just need to go somewhere and just have a seat. And it's not about dancing until you get sweaty and funky and all of that, but it's just a point of where you know there's a song that's going to come on and you can dance to it and it's feeling good and that's your jam, and you remember that song, and you just want to be in that moment. But it's also frustrating that when you're out there, and maybe this is just me, it's also frustrating when you do show up, there's so much attention focused on the girl that's twerking, or the girl that's dropping it like it's hot, or the girl that's working the room, or the women that are open to any conversation and everybody. Like, it's really frustrating. And I don't know if it's just me or not, but it's just really frustrating. Like, you cannot even be looking for somebody, but it would be nice to know that somebody pays you some attention when you go somewhere. If that sounds okay, like, it would be nice to know that when you show up and you put forth the effort, that somebody at least acknowledges and respects the effort that you put into to not be like everybody else. But on the other hand, it seems like they're okay with you being like everybody else. And if they get the chance to talk to you, then that's cool. Like, I'm borderline so over it. And I will say that I don't go out looking for attention. A lot of us don't go out looking for attention unless you're in a certain age group or you put on certain clothes or whatever. Like, some of us do go out with intention of, being chosen, which might mean that we dress more scantily clad than the others because our outfit is banging and this is going to get somebody to get my number and take me home or whatever. But I am just about over just showing up in those type of environments and realizing that I need to be doing something else. But what do you do when you like to go to the club and when you like to dance and when you like to people watch and when you like to be on the scene? What else do you do? Oh my gosh. I guess that's my love-hate relationship with it. That's my Achilles heel, because I could sit in the house and don't go anywhere for, like, say, maybe a month. And then one day after that month, I'd be like, man, I want to go hang out at the bar and I want to go see what's happening and I want to see who's outside and I want to show up. And then when I show up, besides just doing it for myself, it's just like frustrating. And I will say, you can go to church, you can get your praise on and your worship and your fellowship and all of that. But outside of that, it's totally different because it's the same thing at church. It's the same thing at church. Like, you can go with your best Sunday outfit on and you be representing and you be doing your thing and minding your business, and or either the thirsty one tries to get your attention, or the one that you're not sure about tries to get your attention. Same thing at the club. It's just so frustrating. But I will say that in all my getting, I've gotten an understanding that I still need to show up, because whatever the situation may be, however I get down or whatever, nobody's going to be knocking on my door that I'm willing to open it for and let in, that's going to reciprocate what it is, the energy that I'm putting out, right? So it's just so frustrating. It's challenging. It's upsetting. It is a blessing to be protected from nonsense. But I don't know. You can let me know how you feel about going out, hanging out, being a wallflower, being a party animal, going to the club or not. You can let me know how you feel about it and what are your thoughts. Like, do you feel the same way when you go out? Like, there's a huge age gap, or you feel like maybe you shouldn't even be here right now, or whatever the case may be, just let me know because I know it cannot just be me. I know people that are okay without going, that are single. I know people that are okay without going, that are in relationships. I know people that are okay without going in all different aspects. But as for me, I used to bartend. I used to love the life of just being on the scene and in the mix. And I'm just trying to have and find some balance on being okay with not being there. And then what other things do you do besides going to the club or showing up at the bar or doing things like that? What other kind of things do you do to alleviate the feelings and the situations of having to be on the scene? Because clearly I need to find some other things to do. So, and I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with finding other things to do. But give me some suggestions, drop me a comment or something. Let me know what else it is that you have going on where you meet other people. Like, I like to bowl, I like to shoot pool. I'm thinking about getting involved in a gun club. Like, there's other things to do, and I'm going to get to those things. But after hanging out today and going to places and showing up tonight, it just made me realize that maybe hanging out and clubbing is a wrap. So let me know what you think. And in the meantime, I'm going to get busy living, and I suggest that you do the same. Keep yourself safe, stay prayed up, and do all of those necessary things to make you be at peace. And most importantly, get busy living. So let me know what you think. Drop me a line, and we'll talk.